I'm just going to go straight right into it. Everybody was watching the fights, the roommate drama, and viral clips from Streamer University. But I do gotta mention, Ludwig and Agent were giving away the type of creator education people normally spend thousands of dollars trying to learn. And one conversation may have saved a 19-year-old streamer's entire career. Now listen, y'all know I love the mess just like everybody else. Streamer University gave us arguments, they gave us pranks, they gave us roommate drama, surprise guests, people doing absolutely anything to become the next viral clip. But while the internet was busy deciding who needed to be expelled, who was clout chasing, and who embarrassed themselves, something much more important was happening inside those classrooms. So Kai Cenat brought in creators like Agent00 and Ludwig, two people with completely different styles, different audiences, they have totally different career paths, and allowed them to speak directly to creators who are still trying to find their lane. And baby, they were not just standing up saying, be yourself, stay consistent, just press live, go live every day. No, they were actually teaching the difference between getting attention and building a career out of this, okay? So today, we're breaking down what they taught, the moments that you may have missed and that you need to see, and why I believe Kai may have accidentally created one of the most important educational platforms for this generation of creators, because that's where we're going. And stay with me, because Ludwig's strongest lesson didn't come from a PowerPoint. It actually happened when one controversial student asked him a question that could have changed the direction of his entire life. All right. Now, before we get into the classes, let's kind of acknowledge why Streamer University works, okay? This event is part university, part reality show, part creator bootcamp, and part social media experiment. You have all these personalities living together, streaming continuously, and trying to create a moment before the experience ends. Every single hallway had a conversation that could have become a meme easily. Every disagreement could have become a storyline. Every roommate that was paired strategically, might I add, could have been a whole series. And this is exactly what happened. The internet was really discussing Playboy Max getting emotional during the confrontation over his diva tattoo. People love the chaotic roommate dynamic between Playboy Max and Wardrobe Winter. I actually thought it was a good match. You know, TheMightyBA became one of the most polarizing students, and viewers debated several confrontations involving students and professors. But here's my question. Do you think that the drama overshadowed the education? Because some people who were clipping every argument were not necessarily clipping the information that could help an unknown creator build an actual career. Okay.
Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! He has something in his left pocket! Yes, sir, I'm trying to help you! Hey! Whoa!
You gonna wash your mouth.
Dude, that's not cool, bro. They're just
staff like that.
They're teachers, man. That's not cool.
You look like a lesbian.
You're not gonna do Timmy in a wheelchair.
You look like a lesbian.
Yeah. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Don't come at me like that while I'm doing this. Don't do that.
Put the gloves on.
Doing this here, just like I said. Hey.
Come on, Reed! Run, nigga, run!
Now, be honest in the comments. Were you watching Streamer University for the classes, or were you there for the mess, or both? I really want to know. Now, what Kai created is deeper than putting a bunch of streamers on a campus. I think Streamer University gives upcoming creators access to experienced people, the ones that have been in the game, the OGs, built-in collabs, okay? A lot of those kind of opportunities that you can get. If you have a personality, it would be easy for you to slide in. They gave housing, they gave meals, which I heard weren't that great, and an environment just where everybody is encouraged to produce content. The first 2025 Streamer University brought more than 200 creators onto a real college campus and generated over 23 million hours of watched live stream footage. Cha-ching! The experience was really offered, I would say free to the participants, including housing, other support. They gave them phones, laptops, lights, you name it. Now think about that. Traditional entertainment says, move to Los Angeles, you're going to make it big. Find an agent. You need a manager. You need a financial person. You need a clipper. You need an editor. You need to know the right person. Wait for somebody to really discover you. Post every day. But Kai said, come to my campus, stream every moment, turn your camera on, and show us what you can do. Now, that doesn't guarantee success, but it removes some of the gatekeeping. And for young creators who may not have industry connections, that access can be life-changing. But access without preparation can also expose you. Now, this is what you're here for. Let's kind of talk about Agent00. I like his name. What makes agents valuable as a teacher is that he understands both community-based streaming and the business that was behind maintaining an audience. Agent's lesson was not simply go live more. That's all you got to do. No. The deeper message, if you missed it, was that creators must become intentional. You need to really understand why someone clicked, why they stayed, what moment they'll clip, what makes them return back tomorrow, and what identity they associate with your content. Because being entertaining one time is not the same as developing a repeatable format. You see everyone going viral here and there, and then poof, what happened? A lot of new creators are randomly turning on a camera and hoping that their personality carries an 8-hour stream. Baby, even Beyonce had a set list. You need some type of structure.
It is impossible to grow as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you noticed. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator.
See, that right there is what people miss. You can be naturally funny, naturally attractive, naturally charismatic, and still really fail because you have never learned how to package your gifts. So with Agent's lesson, he taught that consistency needs direction. People love saying, just be consistent. But consistent doing what? You can consistently post content nobody wants to watch. You can consistently stream with no title, no plan, no story, and no reason for the audience to return ever again. The goal is not random consistency. The goal is recognizable consistency. Your viewers should know what emotional experience they receive from you. Are they the funny friend? Are you the challenger? Are you the commenter? Are you the gamer who turns every loss into a storyline? Are you the person who puts viewers onto new music, technology, fashion, internet culture? Like, what do you do? So, Agent's career demonstrates the power of developing a recognizable identity while still expanding into a larger content and collaborative environment. Now, it's like going to the same restaurant every Friday. You return because you know that you'll have excellent customer service. You know that the food is going to be good. But imagine arriving one Friday and they sell tacos. And the next Friday, they repair phones. And then the following Friday, they're conducting relationship readings in the parking lot. You'd be so confused. This is how audiences feel when creators never establish a lane. What are you known for? What is one main thing that people should immediately associate with your content? Put it in the comments in one sentence. Now, the other point that I want to bring up about Agent00 is that he knew that creators needed this. Your lack of expensive equipment is not always the real problem. Sometimes the real problem is that you may not have strength in your idea. A boring stream in 4K is still boring at the end of the day. A weak concept with a professional camera is now just a crystal clear weak concept.
At this stage, YouTube is the game. If you do not start doing YouTube, I promise, once you become a bigger content creator, you'll be like, I have no YouTube presence. I'm an idiot for not starting earlier. So this is the point where every time you do a stream, you're not just thinking clips, you're thinking, hold on, what's the video, what's the thumbnail and title gonna look like? How am I gonna post it? Feel me? And this is gonna be a big part of your distribution. One thing you'll learn once you get good at YouTube, YouTube's ceiling is significantly higher than every other platform by a long shot. Like, I want to talk about it. If you want to be a huge content creator and you're not on YouTube, you're not that big. It's just that simple. Even if you look at Kai before he started co-streaming, his Kai Cenat live channel is pulling millions of views per video. All of the biggest streamers have huge YouTube presences. That's not an accident. So not only does it have the highest ceiling, you stand to make the most money from long form content. Your appeal is a lot more global. In Twitch, Kick, and even YouTube streaming culture, it's very bubbly, right? Your audience is gonna be people that's American, maybe speak English, maybe potentially more black. But on YouTube, it's like everybody watches it, everybody. And when I meet people that I'm like, damn, I wouldn't have expected you to watch my content, they actually don't watch the streams, they usually watch
Concept.
YouTube, okay?
So what he said was, you really just need a strong promise, a reason to stay, an emotional payoff, and moments where viewers can actually share. A plan for having evergreen content that you can repurpose. This is what turns one broadcast, aka one stream, into an entire content system. Now, the other point that I want to make that Agent mentioned, I have cat hair all over me. Another point that Agent made was that a creator does not truly have a career because one clip received 5 million views. A creator has a career when people care about what happens next. That is community. I even took notes on this. After being offline for 2 years and tried to come back into the algorithm, so hard. A viral viewer watches the moment. A community member watches the whole entire journey. That's the difference. So your audience really needs inside jokes, a lot of reoccurring segments, some traditional things that you may do, some stakes and opportunities to really participate. People do not only want to watch content anymore, they want to feel like they're a part of your world and surrounding it. Do you watch these content creators and you gain isms? You start to read their energy and kind of know their facial expressions and what they're going to say next. So what's your one reoccurring segment you think I should introduce to this channel? That's what you should really ask yourself. Oh my God, I love this hair. And for me, this applies to spirituality too. Some people keep asking for a bigger platform before learning how to serve 10 people already listening. I can really teach you how to read a tarot card. I could do a brief collective message about preparation. I can do a short astrology connection involving visibility, communication, community. There's some topics. All right. Now, let's kind of talk about Ludwig on the other hand. Ludwig, his energy was so different, but I liked it. Agent's lesson felt like build the machine. And then Ludwig's lesson felt like learn how to survive the machine. And that's important because the internet has a very short memory until you do something wrong. The whole entire world is addicted to negativity. I know it's sad, but it's the truth. Suddenly, everybody becomes a historian. Ludwig understands that long-form entertainment, live events, YouTube packaging, collabs, and how quickly public opinion can change. But his strongest lesson happened outside the traditional classroom format, okay? This is the conversation that I mentioned earlier, the one involving TheMightyBA. During Streamer University, TheMightyBA, he became heavily criticized after several confrontational moments circulated online. One interaction with Mr. Kim escalated after TheMightyBA touched or patted his head. Viewers accused him of provoking people for content, and backlash just became bigger than the original clip. Later, he asked Ludwig whether his career was basically over, and Ludwig did something really important. He didn't pretend that the behavior had no consequences, but he also didn't tell this 19-year-old that the rest of his life had already been decided in 1 week on the internet. And I love this because Ludwig's message was that people respond to genuine growth and redemption over time. People get canceled all the time and come back. He pointed to iShowSpeed as an example of a creator whose public reputation changed significantly as he matured over time.
You're never going to be perfect. There's always going to be people who hate you. What is the best thing you can do after being hate farmed? It's be the best you, the you that you are proud of 5 years down the road, and ignore the noise. Do not try to rein in and control everyone's opinion about you. It doesn't matter. Does your family love you?
Yes.
Do your friends love you?
Yes.
Do you like what you do?
Yes.
Then fuck it. Okay?
Yes. So you don't recommend like addressing certain situations, or
If it is a situation in which you fucked up, I would address it and take accountability and then move on. Absolutely.
Right.
For your audience's sake.
Okay.
You are not taking that accountability for the hate farmers, because there's no apology you can ever say that will be accepted.
You have to change your mind.
Every apology is a dog shit apology.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys know this. So you've never seen an apology of someone who's fucked up and gone, well, good job. We nailed that one.
Yeah.
Okay? So ultimately what matters is you regaining trust of someone who liked you, whose trust you broke. Okay? And that is your community. Okay? Maybe that's your friends, maybe it's whoever it is. That's what matters. So that's who you're directing your message towards.
See, that was not streamer advice. That was literally life advice. And because social media encourages to freeze people inside their worst moment, and accountability is necessary. But accountability and permanent condemnation are not the same thing. You can say what you did was wrong and still say, I can become better than what you did. Both statements can still exist. So, I want you to peep game on the fact that social media operates like a courtroom where everybody is a prosecutor, nobody is the public defender, and the trial lasts approximately, you're lucky if it lasts 24 to 36 hours. Then everybody moves to the next defendant. But the creator still has to wake up the following morning and decide, am I going to become defensive? Am I going to blame everybody? Am I going to keep rage baiting because negative attention is still attention? Or am I going to change? Attention is not always opportunity. Some creators learn that disrespect, arguments, and controversy produce clips faster than talent. Sad but true. I've seen a lot of moments like from Easy, who was talking to everybody. Even India Love was making sure she talked to everybody on campus, saying really nice, sweet things. So technically, with all this controversy and all this negative energy, those types of clips do get more views. So technically, that's not wrong. Conflict creates attention, which is sad in this day and age, but it's true. But here's the danger. The behavior that introduces people to you becomes the behavior they demand from you. So now it's as if you set yourself up in a trap. So every stream needs another argument. Every collab needs another victim. Every week you need to travel somewhere. Every week requires a bigger stunt than the last. And eventually, you're not controlling the character anymore. The character is controlling you.
You cannot control your reputation. You literally cannot control it. It is out of your hands. It is an act of ego to try to control it. But ultimately, the good thing is your reputation does not matter. The relationships with the real people in your life, okay, your tangible friends, the people you stream with, your friends, whoever, your family, that is what matters, not what the people online think. It's a very easy thing to say. It's a very hard thing to do in practice. I'm just saying this as a reminder for you all. I promise you, okay, no matter how loud you think the noise is at any moment, from hate, whatever, it does go away. The things that stay with you through those hard times are going to be your personal relationships, okay?
It's like getting hired for being messy and then becoming upset because your employer keeps requesting mess. Baby, that was the resume you submitted. Now, Ludwig's example involving iShowSpeed matters because creator careers are not supposed to remain frozen. A creator who begins at 17 shouldn't behave exactly the same as someone that's 27. Your audience grows. You lose about 500 subscribers a year. Your responsibilities grow. Your influence grows. Your business grows. So, in hindsight, your judgment has to grow too. Longevity really requires the ability to evolve without losing what made people care about you. So, do you believe the internet genuinely allows people to change? Or do you think audiences only support a redemption story when they're already like the creator. I want you to leave 3 seconds of silence and really think about it. Now, this is why Kai selecting different types of professors matters. Every successful creator does not have the same blueprint. Let me tell you, because I've been studying. Agent00 can speak to a building of loyal culture, collaborative chemistry, and sustainable streaming presence, while Ludwig can speak to packaging, longevity, reinvention, and navigating public perception. Pokemon can discuss branding, business boundaries, surviving as a woman in a highly scrutinized space. Who else? Valkyrie planned class focus on evaluating a brand beyond streaming, which is a whole nother necessary piece of building a lasting creator business, but I'm not going to get into details. So Kai's not just bringing one person to say, here's only one way to succeed. He's showing students several versions of success, and that is way more realistic. Now, this is a university I might actually pay attention in. The most powerful part of Streamer University is not necessarily who becomes famous during the week. It's the possibility that a creator who has been streaming to 12 people goes home understanding how to transform those 12 people into a real community. It's the young person who realizes, I don't need permission to build my own show. It's the student who learns that one embarrassing moment doesn't have to define their entire life. We all make mistakes. We're here to learn. It's the creator who finally understands that entertainment is not only talent. It's discipline, it's packaging, it's emotional intelligence, and business. Streamer University attracted massive online attention because the campus functioned like a living reality show, with nearly non-stop streaming, cameramen running all over the place, spontaneous confrontations, viral moments across Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. But the institution becomes truly valuable when the lessons remain useful after everybody leaves campus. And this is where we'll discover whether Streamer University changed lives. Not during graduation, not during the award ceremony, not while everybody's name is trending. The real test is 3 months later. Who's going to become more consistent? Who's going to improve their content? Who formed authentic connections? Who repaired the reputation they damaged? Who turned temporary exposure into a sustainable audience for the future? Who returned home waiting for Kai to create another opportunity for them? Because access can really introduce you into the room, but your habits really determine whether you remain there. Name one Streamer University student that you believe will be significantly bigger by this time next year in the comments and explain why. So yes, Streamer University gave us chaos, it gave us memes, it gave us arguments, it gave us emotional moments and storylines that felt like a reality show. But underneath all of that, Kai Cenat created a space where established creators could really transfer knowledge directly to people trying to become the next generation of entertainers. And Ludwig and Agent00 proved why the right teacher does not simply tell you how to get views. The right teacher helps you to really understand what to do after the views arrive.